Hey everyone, welcome to the boosnbays podcast. I'm your host Jace. This is Madison, and today we're gonna be talking about something conspiracy theory wise. What do we got going on today?
So we gotta.
I don't even know.
So today we're gonna be talking about the 27 Club.
Okay.
Have you heard of the 27 Club before this?
Oh, I probably have, but refresh me.
Okay. Basically, a bunch of people at 27 died.
Okay.
But
okay.
it's like, it's a little more than that, and we're gonna get into that of the different theories.
Okay.
However, like some of the members have been like Kurt Cobain, Jim Morrison, Brian Jones, Amy Winehouse. It's mostly like a musician thing that not all musicians die at 27, but a weird amount have died at 27, and all for like different various circumstances. A lot of them are centered around drugs and alcohol, but not like really. Like they've all kind of weird. Like one of them, Brian Jones, he was the original lead singer of the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
His death was that he drank a lot, like he was drunk or intoxicated, whatever they want to classify it as, and he took a bunch of pills, and then he himself just jumped in the pool. And Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones has always said that something was off about that, because they were like, that just doesn't seem like something he would do. And even his daughter said, like, she came out a couple years later when she was a little older, and she said that he was taken. But, like, she wouldn't elaborate on, like, taken by who.
Okay.
And, like, another person of the 27 Club is Kurt Cobain.
Yep.
His mom said in an interview something along the lines of that she told him not to join. She's like, I told him not to join that stupid club. And she wouldn't elaborate also what club that was, if that was like, if she meant like the 27 Club, if she meant that literally, like that she thinks that there's something sinister going on, or she just meant like in a like general musicians die at 27, don't be one of them.
Well, you know, it's funny because when you said that, the first thing that came to mind was I listened to Juice WRLD and all that, and
didn't he die?
He did, but he died at 21. And so did, I think, XXX. Yeah, he died at 21 as well, I think. And so a lot of people were saying that, like, they sold their soul to the devil or something like that. Whereas, like...
Didn't Juice WRLD say something about, like, him dying at 21?
Yeah, and one of his songs, one of the lyrics were, we're not making it past 21. And he didn't make it past 21. So it was like, okay, like, that's weird, you know,
that's
like
young.
Yeah, it's like you said it and then it actually like happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't happen.
Do you think that is something that's kind of like 27 Club vein, or do you think it's just like a really shitty manifestation coincidence?
I don't know. I think there's a part of me that wants to believe it's like the 27 Club kind of thing, because I think the same thing kind of happened with X, but like he was murdered. He was shot and he died. So I'm not sure if that was like more of a coincidence right there. But like Juice WRLD, it was like he like OD'd on pills, I guess. And that was like, oh, he's really not making it past 21. And then like some people with like Lil Uzi, they say that he sold his soul too, with some of like the stuff he like does and wears and all that. And he said he wasn't gonna.
Didn't Kanye say that because he wore like a dress or something, it was like a part of like a humiliation ritual that like he sold his soul to the devil? Something
like that. But he said he was gonna like die at 28 or something like that, and he's 27, like 26 or 27. So it's weird, like.
So some people know they're gonna die. Like I've read stories about some people, even on TikTok, that like this woman said that her brother had always told her, like, I just have a feeling that I'm going to die, like, at 29 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Like, or
it's
whatever.
Like a feeling?
It was just a feeling that he just wasn't going to make it past a certain age. And he didn't. I mean, he died at that age. So do you believe, because I think so. I think maybe some people on some level know. Do you think that people know that they're going to die?
I mean, you can have a feeling. Like, I mean, obviously there's more signs that would be like, oh, if you have like an illness, you're like, oh, shit, I'm not making it. I'm not making it.
Take me out.
Yeah. But just to be like perfectly healthy, normal, you know, living like your best life and be like, yeah, I think I'm going to die at like 30. That's kind of weird.
Okay, yeah.
To get like that feeling. Like if I were to sit here and tell you like, oh, Madison, you know, I got 15 more years left in me. Like, that's just like weird for me to say because I'm like, I think I'm perfectly healthy, you know?
Yeah.
And like, just have that thought. But I don't know. I just feel like some people could know. Others just like say it just for fun. And then it's just coincidence at the same time. When they actually die at that age.
Yeah. Something. I feel like with these people in particular, I think it's all kind of weird.
Yeah, especially because they're famous and they're like musicians and everything.
Right. And there's two theories surrounding it. Like, one is that they sold their soul to the devil, and that started with, like, the first person who, like, obviously there's probably other musicians before him that died, but the first one, I believe it was in the 1900s, like the early 1900s, or like early to mid 1900s. Robert Johnson was,
he played guitar.
Yeah. Which I didn't know this part. Okay. I always knew that, like, he's always been like almost like the poster child for like meeting the devil at a crossroads type thing, because that's where they're kind of getting this theory from. But I didn't know, and I found out when I was researching it, that, like, apparently he sucked. It wasn't that he just came out of nowhere and he was just good. Apparently, the story, or, like, what was recounted by multiple people, is that originally, like, he came in and he was, like, kind of unknown. He was just this 19-year-old kid, and he had a guitar. And they booed him off the stage, because he just was bad. Like, he just sucked at his craft, and they were like, okay, run along. And then, I guess the story goes that he went to the crossroads in like Centerville, Mississippi or something like that, and sold his soul to the devil, that when he turned 27, basically the devil could come and take it back. Because I almost feel like, because I know some people are like, oh, well, why would they make that deal? I almost feel like they think that the devil won't find them, to be honest. Like, I feel like in their head they're like, yeah, but is he really going to? Like, low-key,
he's got enough souls. He doesn't even...
Right. Like, I don't know. But, like...
Okay, would you sell your soul?
No.
Like, I wonder what the terms and conditions are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go up to the crossroads and I'm like, hey, I have a podcast. I want this thing to pop off. Like, I'll sell my soul. You can have it at, like... I wonder if it's like, oh, you only get, like, 10 years? Or, like, you could be like, yeah, I'll sell you my soul at, like, 90. You know?
Okay.
Or is it, like... Because these guys are, like, 27, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's young.
Yeah. Could I be like, hey, at least give me to, like, 65, man? Like... Or is it, like, nah, you gotta have only a couple years? I
feel like then everyone would do it. If the trade-off was like, make me super successful, have me die at 90.
I'd be like, hell yeah.
So
go ahead.
Well, yeah, I would sign up for less, but like, I'd be like, honestly, just give me a cool $100 and I'd just kill me at 90. That's okay.
Can't be worse than it is.
No, me kicking it worse. But I guess, like, you know, he allegedly was poisoned.
Oh, was he?
Well, apparently he was poisoned by one of his mistress's husbands.
See, that's the thing. I would assume that if the devil came and took your soul back like that, you would have like a heart attack or like a stroke or like you'd fall to your death or something like that. Yeah. Like something like on its own, you know, like not someone like murdering you kind of thing.
I personally don't know, because I also am basing it off of what I've seen in Supernatural.
Oh, yes.
Or like a movie of like, the devil comes, he's like, hey, me again, and taking the soul. Like, you know how like in Supernatural, like the hellhounds, it was like you would hear them first, and then they would come and like attack you and take you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's too messy. I feel like he kind of has to make it look like it could have, like, it was like an accident.
Or people catch on?
Like, what? Because what if the person he sent, like, what if he possessed one of the jealous husbands to poison him? Like, what if it's not necessarily that the devil kills them? Like, what if it's that they just put the idea in someone else's head or put the idea in your head?
Oh, okay. I feel
kind
that.
of
yeah.
situation.
Yeah, I can see that. But I don't know. I feel like at the time it's like so tempting to do that too.
Oh yeah, especially if someone just booed you off the stage and they're like, "Yeah, you suck." He's like, "Damn,
yeah."
I have nothing else.
Was he good after that though?
Yeah, that was the thing. Like he
just got like magical powers to be like
so
really
like
good.
He sucked, and they were like, "Boo," and then he came back, and he was like, I guess the way he was playing like they hadn't seen before, and he was just all of a sudden very gifted, and they were like, "Oh, interesting, love that." And I don't think anyone really questioned it because it was the 1900s, but he, I think, was like the initial jump off point for it, and then from there, it's kind of like the same. Because most of the people that, like, died at 20... I know there's also, like, a part of the theory that has to do... Like, the white lighter theory, that a lot of them... I don't know if it's a lot of them or all of them had, like, white lighters in their pockets when they died.
Like, the case was white? Like a white Bic lighter? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, what case?
I thought you meant, like...
He drew, like, a brief... for the little lighter. They're white briefcases in their pocket.
I don't know why, right when you said that,
Let me Google it.
I thought you meant the, like, flame of the fire was white. I'm like, I've never seen that before.
No, at that point, that is definitely the sign of the devil.
The audio's gonna get all messed up now.
Sorry, my hair got on the fucking audio. But anyway.
Just bends down, gets her lunch out.
Crinkle my tinfoil ham sandwich.
I'm over here just messing with the little Velcro. I'm like, shit, maybe I need to stop that.
They're going to be like, no offense, but this is actually ass. You should go back to not recording video. White lighter in pocket. 27 Club. Because I feel like that's a thing. Unless that's a part of another universe. Let's see. Yeah. The white lighter curse or white lighter myth is an urban legend based on the 27 Club, in which it is claimed several musicians and artists died while in possession of a white disposable cigarette lighter, leading such items to become associated with bad fortune. The people that all had them, the rumor holds that Jimi Hendrix, and they're all like now we can show them, the plain white ones, that... It's Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, and Kurt Cobain, all with those same white ones.
I'm assuming they all smoked, too.
Yeah. People say that it was a rumor. They don't know if it's 100% true, but I feel like... I don't know. I feel like there's... I feel like to every rumor... Maybe there's not some truth to it, but I feel like with something like this, I feel like for conspiracy theories specifically.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like with a lot of conspiracy theories that have to do with stuff that we can't tangibly measure, I feel like it could be something different.
Yeah, I definitely feel like if you're a skeptic for it and everything, you could definitely see it as like a coincidence. Like, which is weird. Like, what you mentioned, like 4 or 5 people right there just died with a white lighter. Like, yeah, it probably could be a coincidence.
I will say, maybe that's why they don't sell them. Because I was going to say, I never see all white lighters like that. I've never seen that in my life, to be honest. But they might have stopped selling them because people might... Which, it's so funny because, like, I would like to... the conspiracy theory is about, like, mostly centered around famous people. I don't want people just thinking at 27 they're just going to drop dead if they get a white lighter. But it also could mean bad luck.
There's so many things where I want to test this.
Well, I turned 27 this month and next week, so I'll let you know if I dropped it or not.
Joke's on you, already got the white lighter for you, so that's your birthday present.
Come over to my body, you said, "Oh, so sorry."
It's like a little voodoo doll or something, like a little hex.
I could still be on the podcast, just in a different capacity.
I'll have a blank seat right here.
You could use the
EMF.
You're gonna be like, Sebastian, what are we talking about today?
Lights up to red.
No, really.
Like, oh shit, okay.
All right, she doesn't want to talk. All right. But the next theory is astrological.
I thought you were about to say Astroworld. I was like, what the fuck? Travis
That's
Scott?
a different, I feel like...
Conspiracy?
I don't know much about rap.
Okay.
But I saw that there was a conspiracy theory surrounding Travis Scott, that he was like a part of the Illuminati or that he was the devil.
Okay.
Do you happen to know what I'm talking about? Do you listen to Travis Scott?
I do. A little bit. I'm very diverse in my music. I don't know if you knew that. I got a playlist for everything.
Wow. Love that for you.
Yeah.
Gold star.
No, the only thing I really know about like conspiracy with rap are like that like 21, like the Juice WRLD thing where he like said I'm not making it past 21, then he didn't make it past 21, then like the conspiracy with X, and then yeah, I was obviously have like the true crime conspiracy about like Tupac and like Biggie and all that. But other than that, I really don't know. I don't have any other input on any other like Travis Scott thing.
Yeah,
I think it was just really. If you're talking about Astro, I think it was just really bad. Like the organization for the whole event was just really bad, and that's why like a lot of that stuff happened.
I don't think it was the deaths. I think it was like something with like the imagery that he used.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
So I know who is it? I think it's Lil Uzi Vert. He uses a lot of like demonic or kind of like satanic kind of things in his like rap or like his image and stuff. Travis Scott might do the same. I'm not too sure. I know Uzi's like a big person, a big person for that. He's kind of controversial when it comes to that.
What happened to Kodak Black? Where is he at?
He was in jail last time I remember.
Oh.
He might be out. I know they said free Kodak. Our Florida native.
But did they free Kodak?
Our Florida boy over here.
Florida boy.
Ugh. I'm going to get the Kodak haircut.
Like the
little, it's just like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Maybe like think about it.
No.
So, already made the haircut appointment. I don't know what to tell you. But the other theory for this is that it's something to do with like Saturn. I didn't really understand it because I'm not going to lie, I'm not really great.
You're an astrological girly. Or astrology. Is that what it's called?
Maybe it was astronomy. Maybe I read it wrong. Because I feel like astrology doesn't make sense. Well, regardless, it has to do with Saturn. Actually, it might be astrology. Because astrology also has to do with planets. I think.
Okay.
I always see the people on TikTok that are like, if you're Aries, Saturn is rotating to the left, you're probably gonna have a bad week. But Aries men deserve to have a bad week, specifically, to be honest. To be honest.
That sucks. Thanks for that. Now I'm definitely gonna fail my test.
No, I hope there's an Aries man that we know that sucks. Well, now I can't mouth it to you because we're recording, so I'll have to tell you after.
I'm trying to... I thought you were going to say me. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, you too, but you're also an Aries, though.
Yeah. What are you? What's...
I'm a Taurus.
You're a Ford.
I'm basically lazy. Is what every Taurus thing I read, they're like, loves to eat, lazy.
Yep.
Doesn't play well with others, stubborn.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay. That's right. Really. But it is apparently Saturn. It like with the number 20. It was something with like the number 27 and the placement of Saturn and when these people were born, I guess because of like the fame that they had accrued during that time and the energy, it causes a mass, I guess like the way it is, it causes a shift on like regular people that have birthdays like that or like were born during times like that.
Okay.
But I think it's like what the explanation that it gave me was that basically because they are super famous, that their energy kind of spiraled into like it was just their time to go. Into like the 27th ascension. No, I know.
He probably got the shoes right for prom.
And then
he said, I can't afford these, and then
danced the night away.
And then
he's about to return them. I hate everybody. I really just truly hate retail and everybody in it. So, what do you think? Do you think it was the devil? Or do you think it was...
I think it was. I think there's some sort of, like, connection here. Like, I don't want to...
Let me try. I'm going to look up... Because I want to find the exact of, like, the 27 Club with the, like, Saturn. Because I, again, don't... Saturn return. Spiritually, the age of 27 has a lot of significance. In astrology... 27 marks the start of your Saturn return, which means that the planet of Saturn goes back to the original location where it sat in your chart at the time of your birth.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't understand a single word of that.
Okay.
Usually I'm like...
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I was trying to read it earlier, and it's like I kind of understood it, but that's... like, what the SparkNotes version I gave earlier was just kind of...
Where's Alexis? We need her.
She knows astrology. She probably knows about why Saturn is the way that it is.
What happened to the other planets?
I think they're still there.
Yeah, but they don't have any significance.
Well, Pluto clearly doesn't, apparently, because they kicked her out. Yeah, I don't believe in the Saturn thing because they're trying to make it seem like Saturn, basically the planet Saturn, it literally, the article just said, like, Saturn, or like the return of Saturn or whatever is like the start of you becoming an actual adult, which leads to like the downfall of something. Basically, it was the devil. I don't know what Saturn's doing, but it was the devil, in my opinion.
I thought at first, my first like instinct kind of went to like the Illuminati.
Okay, because does the Illuminati have to do with the devil? Or are they like separate entities that they're working with? I
think separate entities. But like at the same time, like I also thought about the supernatural thing with the crossroads and everything. There's like a part of me like I wonder like it's gonna sound so bad, but like I wonder like how that goes down. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to the crossroads, okay? First off, where are the crossroads?
Mississippi? Well, let's Google it. Because is it like a cross... Is it... Okay.
Is it any crossroad?
Does anybody know?
Right here on this interstate.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, is it like Bears and Yale Mabry crossroad? Like, if anyone knows, is it like...
Yeah.
Like... Yeah, no, I'm going to Google it. But, like, do you think... Because I don't know if they know. Is it like a random one? Like, do you have to go to Mississippi, like where he went? Or is it just like any... Like, is it like a... Like, I wonder if it's a ritual...
Any dirt
that
road?
You can do at any crossroad.
Maybe it has to be dirt road and like a rural area.
So it marks the old intersection of U.S. highways 49 and 61, and that's where Robert Johnson made his deal with the devil to play the boosnbays to play the blues like no other. But I guess it's just that one.
Okay.
But you're supposed to meet either at midnight or just before dawn, and one will meet a black man who some call the devil.
Like a
black man is in quotations, I would like to point out.
Like
it's not just a black man, it is a
like a dark figure, like a shadow.
Black man is what.
That was my next question. Was is this dude black or is he just like a shadow figure kind of?
Well, according to Wikipedia, a racist probably edited to say a black man, but I'm assuming they mean a shadowed figure.
Okay. I wonder how that goes down.
That's what I'm saying. Like, like, if I were the devil, what would you say? Like, if I showed up with a top hat and I'm like, hey, did you need me?
I think the first thing I would do would be like, what can you do for me? You know? And
I'm gonna stop you right there. If I am the devil, okay, of all of hell, and I had some 23-year-old punk ass, you're 23, yeah, come up to me and be like, what can you do for me? I'd be like, if you don't get the I'm gonna smite you and your whole fucking
start
family.
Fighting right there. No, but like, I want to know like what he can do.
Scratch your back.
I'm like, bro, what do you do? Do you give me like money? Do you give me like fame? Do you like, is it like anything I want? You know, like what do you necessarily like provide?
He's like, hey, I'll exchange you season passes to baseball games, and I will give you eternal fame.
I'd be like, hey, actually, I just want a new podcast partner. You can take me at 30. I just want to have a good 7 more years.
He said, actually, you could take her instead. That's fine. Take her soul instead. He's like, she's not doing anything with it.
I actually have a better soul for you than mine.
And you get hers quicker. So, really. Yeah, no. Because, like,
what do you do?
What if you show up and there's someone else already there?
You have to wait in line. There's a whole line.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if you're just, like, waiting in line and then, like, somebody else comes up and they're like,
So what do you wish for?
Yo, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, what are your 3 wishes? Like a genie.
Do you... I'm going to touch back on that in a sec. But what do you show up with? Like, do you show up with, like, you, yourself, and I? Or, like, or do you give, like, some Starbucks?
What do you bring to
maybe
the
a Chick-fil-A sandwich? I don't know.
I feel like...
What'd you type in? What'd you bring to a Crossroads demon meet?
Well, I just put, what do you think? Oh, but it's... What... So, well, there's someone has Googled, can I talk to the devil? So they are also curious. What do you bring to the devil at Crossroads?
Like, you just go there and he just pops up?
Yeah.
Really?
It looks like if you want something bad enough, if you go to the Crossroads at midnight and wait until he shows up, then you sign your soul away and you lose your chance at salvation in exchange for whatever gift it is.
That's pretty deep.
It really is, because, like, I feel like...
That's really deep.
Because, like, imagine being in that position. That it's like you want something bad enough that you can materialize the devil.
That was so philosophical.
Like...
That was good, Madison. That was good.
Yeah, there's no, like... I don't think it's an offering. I think it's quite literally your pure will and determination. Just manifest them there.
Wow, that was probably the smartest sentence I've ever heard you say.
Me too, honestly.
That was really good. I'm just being blown away.
You're like, I'm going to use that when I go visit the Crossroad. Do you think if we...
Should we visit?
That's from me. I'm not even joking. In my head, I'm like, what if we just, like... Can we go with someone else? Like, could someone give us an exclusive on it?
Just to see what happens.
Yeah, like,
We're getting canceled for this, for being, like, Satanists or something. We'd be like, Madison, Jace.
That's fine, I guess. Because I don't really know what else to do with that.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know if I would...
Would you show up at dawn or midnight? I don't think I can wake up that early. So I'd have to do midnight.
Dawn.
Really? Well, yeah, you wake up at the ass crack.
Because dawn, I feel like you also have, like, a... Like, if it gets a little too spooky, the sun's coming up soon. Midnight, it's just you and your thoughts and the devil. How big is he going to be? That's another thing.
I mean, I guess if you're imagining him, however big you think he is.
Because, like, if I'm imagining the devil, I'm imagining him, though, as, like, 8 feet tall with, like, horns.
Okay.
Maybe a goatee or something, I don't know.
Could you imagine you go with me and he pops up and it's just you? I'm like, you're like, damn.
I'd be like, damn. Can you at least cut me off some of that? Some of your soul profit. Because I feel, yeah, no, I agree. Because in my head, I feel like they're huge.
Okay.
The devil. I don't think it's gonna be someone that's like my height coming up to me and be like, yeah, what do you want?
Oh yeah, what's up?
Or maybe he has a secretary.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
Because also, I feel like there's some kids.
I wonder how popular this place is.
But that's what I was just saying. Like, I know that there's some kids that have probably like went there. That like, I wonder if, because like obviously we're all doing it on speculation that it's true.
Mm-hmm.
That like, is it that they just like go there, and that's it?
Oh, and I wonder too,
like, does the devil come and be like, hey, I know you don't actually need anything, get out of here?
That's what I'm saying. Like, could you back out of the deal too? Like, say like you go in there, you're like determined to get this thing, and then he's like, you know, he's like, all right, what do you want? And I'll be like, oh, I want, you know, fame or whatever. And then he's like, okay, well, you need to sell your soul, no salvation, you know, I'm gonna take it in 7 years or whatever. Like, at that moment, you have like a moment of realization. Is it just like, man, you know, I don't want to do this anymore? Is he like, oh, sucks, because you're already here, you know, I already granted the wish? Or is it like, he has like a contract you have to sign, and then once you sign that, then you're done? Or, I wonder if you can back out early.
I feel like
I'd be getting cold feet.
Huh?
I'd be getting cold feet.
Yeah, because I almost feel like on some level, it might be one of those things where he only approaches people that he knows ultimately their destiny is that they're going to sign it.
He's not messing with those scrubs?
No, listen, like, because I genuinely, I don't think he's just, because again, if some kid just show, like, two 18-year-old, two 16-year-olds or whatever just show up, and they're just like, oh, we want to see the devil. We want them to take our parents away. Like, something stupid. Like, because kids are stupid. Like, I don't feel like the devil would show up and, like, waste his time for that.
We take a selfie with him.
But, like, I wonder if it's, like, he can tell your true intentions that, like, you're going to sign it no matter what. Because that's your destiny type deal. Or, like, that's just what you're meant to do, is to die at 27 for that. Mm-hmm. And he knows that already, so it's more of like a seamless transaction versus like a sales pitch. Of him being like, hear ye, give me your soul. You know?
I wonder what that's like. I don't know, just, it's like intriguing me. Like, I don't think there's anything in this world that I want bad enough.
No.
That I would do that.
No, because...
Or, like, even conjure them up, you know what I'm saying? Like...
Because not to sound, like, sad, but, like, I already have no money. I'm already, like, hate my job. I already, like... I'm doing fine. That, like... yeah, would it be cool to be famous? Sure. But, like, what am I going to do with money for 7 years? You
That's
know?
true. Like, I feel like a lot
but, like,
of
I think that's a stupid trade-off. You know?
What do you mean?
Like, because honestly, if I was going to trade that off, that would mean that I was in, like, a depression cycle, but I would be like, you can just take me now. Like, it wouldn't be a 7-year plan. It would be like a...
Or you just wouldn't want, like, your wish or whatever?
Yeah.
I wonder... I mean, people could obviously, like, be like, oh, I want money, and then give it to their family afterwards, or whatever. You know, that's probably the nice thing to do. Or they could just blow it all before they die.
But I wonder if it's, like, a specific wish, or if it's specifically for, like, fame. You know? Like, I feel like it's not, I don't know if it's
Oh, like you think it's just fame?
Like, I don't know if it's like I don't think it's like a genie situation where it's just like, oh,
where
like,
give
tell
me a big booty bitch, give me a dog, give me
a feature on Drake's song, I don't
know. Oh, so you think it's just like fame?
Like, I wonder if it's like this person, that's how they're able to get them, is it's like, it's usually a struggling musician who wants this. and they're able to be like, all right.
That makes sense. Because I was thinking, like, you're just sitting in your bed one day and you're like, man, I really want to be famous. And then you just go to the crossroads and then...
That's like...
But, like, how are you going to get famous? You know, like, you're not going to get famous just sitting on your bed. So I feel like, how you said, like, it's for, like, struggling, like, actors or actresses, musicians, whatever. That's who does it. Because they're aspiring to do something. And they're not having any success. So then they turn to our boy.
Our boy. Yeah. No, that's definitely my theory. That's what I'm sticking to. I think the Devil's Crossroads thing is a thing, but I think it's more so for, like, fame. Versus, hey, I really wish I would pass anything, college, whatever. And him being like, all right, I'm coming for you in 4 years after that degree, though, bud.
Could you imagine?
How pissed? Like, that would, because that's what I'm saying. Like, that would be such a stupid fucking wish to be like, oh, I want to make it through college, and him being like, all right, well, I'm going to take you 2 years after that.
I feel like, see, I know what would happen with me. If I did that and I was like a struggling musician or something, I'd be like, okay, I want to get famous. I know for a fact I would, like, do it and then just be like, all right, cool. And I'd get famous. I'd meet someone, like, really cool. I'd be living my best life, and he's like, well, time's up. And then I feel like a lot of people, like, regret that if they were to do it.
Right.
Like, they'd be like, fuck, like, my time's up now? Like, I was just enjoying it, you know? What are you looking up?
I'm looking up, I literally Googled how do you summon a crossroad demon.
Let's go.
And it says, to summon a crossroad demon, you need to bury a box containing some graveyard dirt, the bone from a black cat, and a drop of the wishmaker's blood in the middle of a crossroad during the new moon. The demon will appear taking a form that will fall on the summoner's liking. A deal then can be done, trading the wisher's soul for a minor wish. The wish is not as strong as a true wish and cannot alter reality, but it can give wealth, power, items, or change of emotions. The deal often lasts between 1 year up to 10 years, depending on the strength of the wish and the purity of the wisher's soul. A pure soul is worth more, and the contract will be shorter so the demon can have it faster. A darker soul might send more souls to the demon or cause more pain so they can get a longer contract. The contract is sealed with a kiss. If the demon is summoned but no deal is made, this might anger the demon, and he could go for the kill to gain the soul anyway. So that's answering your question.
Okay.
The demon is not able to directly. Damn, I killed it. The demon is not able to directly hurt or kill the wisher, but accidents happen. Perhaps a boulder happens to fall from a mountain, or your food just happens to give you food poisoning. When the contract's time is up, the wisher is able to offer another willing soul in its place by going to the same crossroad and sacrificing the willing soul.
So you can get a free soul or a free wish?
Upon doing this, the wish is null and void and its effects are lost. So after you give him the soul, the wish is supposed to end anyway because the person would be dead.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just done. And it says if no soul is offered, dead collectors will start hunting the wisher. Things like hellhounds and eventually stronger demons will come for you. Whenever the wishmaker dies, his soul is immediately moved into the possession of the demon and transferred to the appropriate layer of the abyss. Which
That's very specific.
I wonder...
You know what's gonna suck? If I were to do it, Devil appears, that's gonna be Madison beer. And I'm gonna be like, fuck.
And you're gonna be like, alright. Whatever you want, honestly.
I don't even need a wish.
No, truthfully though, because I feel like that's what ends up happening is like, that makes more sense. I feel like if it's like, you kind of have to like, work for it a bit. Of like, it has to be something that you've been working on that you're really struggling with.
Yeah.
It's like a power wealth thing, and then they kind of are just like, well, we'll come back and take it.
I feel like too, well, first off, when you're reading like what you needed to bring with like the bone of a black cat and shit, that would have deterred me already.
Right.
I'm like, I don't need that.
I'd be on Amazon and be like, well, can't get it from here, so
yeah.
Oh well.
Can't get engraved dirt.
No, really though, that's why like, yeah, there definitely has to be more to it, I feel like, than just, hey,
hey, I'm here.
money please. So, You hate to see it.
Oh my God. I can't.
Well, could you imagine?
I'm just like thinking of all the scenarios just running through my head.
That's what I'm saying. Because there's a lot of different ways it could go. This just happened to be the most popular way, apparently. It's just get famous that way. And we love that.
Well, if you see me at the crossroads in a couple months,
I'll leave you there. Don't worry.
Okay.
But thank you guys so much for watching another episode with us. Our second ever recorded episode.
I was going to say.
I have actually no thoughts in my head today.
That's fine.
But thank you for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. And we will see you next time. Bye.